A long time ago, in a big castle in New York, there lived a jealous queen named Victoria. She had a kind and beautiful daughter named Isabella. Many princes from different places wanted to marry Isabella, but Queen Victoria didn't want her to get married. She set impossible challenges for each prince who asked for Isabella's hand. When they failed, she had them killed. "You will never marry," the queen told Isabella, laughing cruelly. In a small town in Georgia, Prince Ethan heard about Isabella. He told his father, the king, "I want to marry her." The king was terrified. "The queen will kill you. You are my only son, I can't lose you. There are so many wonderful women in the world. You don't have to marry Isabella." But Ethan couldn't stop thinking about her. He lost his appetite, couldn't sleep, and became miserable. Seeing his son's sadness, the king finally said, "Go, my son. Try to win Isabella's hand. I hope you succeed." Prince Ethan set off on his journey with full of determination. Since his father was poor, he had no servants to accompany him. "I'll find good friends along the way," he thought. As he traveled, he came across something strange, a huge mound that looked like a mountain. But when he got closer, he realized it was actually a very fat man, sleeping on his back. Ethan nudged him, and the man woke up. "What are you doing here?" Ethan asked. "I was sleeping," the man replied. "But now I'm awake, and hungry." "What did you eat for breakfast?" Ethan asked. 10 roast chickens and 100 cakes," the man said proudly. Ethan laughed. "You must have a big appetite. Would you join me?" "If you give me food, I'll do anything," the man said. His name was Henry, and he joined Ethan. Later, Ethan met another man lying on the ground with his ear pressed against it. "What are you doing?" Ethan asked. "I'm listening," said the man, Samuel. "I can hear birds singing from far away, and even what's happening in the palace." Ethan was amazed. "Can you hear Princess Isabella?" Samuel listened and frowned. "I hear sadness, another prince has failed." Ethan felt determined. "Come with me, Samuel. I need your help." Samuel agreed. As they continued, they saw 2 long objects on the roadside. "Are those trees?" Henry asked. "No," Samuel said, "they are arms, the longest arms in the world." They followed them and found Lucas, a tall man who could stretch his limbs. "You have very long arms," Ethan said. "I can make them even longer." Lucas replied. "Then join us," Ethan said. Lucas grinned and joined the group. Soon after, they met another man who covered one eye. "Is your eye hurt?" Ethan asked. "No," the man said. "I can see through buildings, mountains, and even rivers. But when something is close, I must cover one eye to focus." Ethan was impressed. "Come with me, Quick Eyes." Quick Eyes agreed. As they continued walking under the hot sun, Ethan loosened his coat. Then, he saw a man dressed in thick layers. "I am freezing," the man said. Ethan was confused. "Freezing? It's so hot. When I open my coat, the man explained, the sun disappears, snow falls, and everything turns to ice. Ethan saw that this could be useful. Come with me, Cold Man, but only open your coat when I say. Cold Man nodded and joined the group. With his new companions, Prince Ethan finally reached the city where Queen Victoria ruled, ready to win Princess Isabella's hand. Prince Ethan and his loyal friends finally arrived in Washington, D.C., where Queen Victoria ruled harshly. With his determination, Ethan walked into the palace. I want to marry Princess Isabella, he said. The Queen smirked. If you want my daughter, you must complete 3 impossible tasks. If you succeed, then, maybe, you can marry her. Ethan nodded. What is the first task? The Queen leaned forward. A precious blue jewel fell into the Potomac River yesterday. Retrieve it before sunset. Ethan returned to his friends and feeling uncertain. How can we find the jewel? He asked. Quick eyes uncovered his eye. I will locate it. He scanned the river carefully. There it is, near the eastern bank. Lucas stretched his arms as far as he could. I still can't reach it. Henry grinned, took a deep breath, and gulped the entire river dry. The water was gone, revealing the jewel at the bottom. Lucas stretched his long arms again, grabbed the jewel, and handed it to Ethan. When the Queen saw the jewel, she was furious. Fine, she hissed. Tomorrow, you will face a challenge you cannot win. That night, the Queen plotted her next task. The next morning, when Ethan arrived, she greeted him with a cold smile. You must be hungry after your journey, she said. Outside, I have 30 roasted chickens. Eat them all before noon, and leave no bones behind. Ethan thought for a moment. May I invite a friend? I don't like eating alone. The Queen chuckled, thinking she had tricked him. Fine. One friend. Ethan returned to his friends. Henry, come with me. Henry grinned. He quickly ate all 30 chickens, plus every loaf of bread, fruit, and vegetable in the Queen's kitchen and garden. At noon, the Queen called for her lunch. Where is my food? She demanded. The cook nervously replied, Your Majesty, a very large man ate everything. There is no food left. The Queen's face darkened with rage. Still, she refused to give up. Tomorrow, she thought, I will finally defeat this prince. The Queen was still furious, and came up with another trick to defeat Prince Ethan. On the 3rd day, she invited him to a grand dinner. Will you eat with me tonight? She asked with a charming but sly smile. And after that, would you like to sit with Princess Isabella for 2 hours? Ethan's heart filled with excitement. Yes. I would love that. The Queen's eyes gleamed. But beware, anyone who falls asleep while talking to Isabella will be cursed. She will vanish by magic, and the man will die. Ethan wasn't afraid. He dressed in his finest clothes and attended the Queen's banquet. Secretly, she slipped a sleeping potion into his drink. Ethan didn't notice and drank the wine, sealing his fate. After dinner, the queen led him to Isabella's tower room. The princess sat by the window, surrounded by flowers, and glowing in the sunset. She looked sad, but when Ethan arrived, they spoke happily, at first. Then, the potion took effect. His eyelids grew heavy. His vision blurred. He could no longer hear Isabella's words. He fought to stay awake, but his eyes shut, and he fell into deep sleep. Half an hour later, he woke up, and Isabella was gone. Ethan was panicked, and he searched the room, but couldn't find her. He rushed to the window and called to Samuel, the keen listener. "The princess has disappeared," Ethan shouted. "We must find her now." Samuel pressed his ear to the ground. "I hear her," he said. "She's across the river, trapped inside a tree, hidden by the queen's men." Quick eyes scanned the distance. "I see her," he confirmed. "But how do we get there?" Ethan asked. "I have an idea," said Cold Man. He opened his coat. A bitter chill filled the air. The river froze solid. Ethan and his companions raced across the ice, freed Isabella, and brought her back to the tower. Just as they sat down, the door flew open. Queen Victoria entered. Her eyes widened in shock. Ethan smiled calmly. "We were having an interesting conversation," he said, pretending nothing had happened. "We were discussing trees and rivers." That night, Queen Victoria locked Ethan and his companions inside a large chamber. Then, she rushed to the royal cook. "Light a huge fire beneath their room," she ordered. Soon, the floor became scorching hot, and thick heat filled the air. Ethan ran to the door, but it was locked tight. Samuel pressed his ear to the floor. "I hear a fire beneath us," he warned. "This is wonderful," Cold Man said cheerfully. "I finally feel warm for the first time." Ethan turned to him. "Open your coat," he commanded. Cold Man did, and immediately, the heat disappeared. The room grew icy cold. Outside, the queen listened. She heard them talking and ran back to the cook. "Make the fire even stronger," she demanded. Cold Man smiled. "Ah, I feel warm again." "They are burning us alive," Henry shouted. "Take off your coat," Ethan instructed. The moment Cold Man removed his coat, snow fell inside the chamber, and the temperature dropped sharply. Ethan shivered. "That's too cold, put it back on." Cold Man struggled to put his coat back on, but ice had already formed on their clothes and hair. They could barely move or speak. Satisfied, the queen listened at the door. "Silence." "They are dead," she whispered, opening the door. But at that moment, Ethan and his companions burst out, alive and victorious. Shocked, the queen stumbled backward. Ethan smiled. "Let's find a warm fire. I could use some heat after that." Realizing she had lost, Queen Victoria fled the country in disgrace. Princess Isabella and Prince Ethan were finally free. They married, ruling with kindness and wisdom. Their loyal friends stayed with them, and ensuring that no one suffered under cruelty again. And so, they lived happily ever after. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more heart-touching, real-life inspired tales, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a story. Your support means the world, and I'll see you in the next one.